G'day, I'm Sean and welcome back to the Last Lines Noobs Men. We're here today for another painting video. Today we will be focusing on Irolas, the beautiful Irolas model that we got a few years ago. All of those other Gondorian heroes, Denethor, Húrin, Ingold, beautiful Forge World sculpt with just all these incredible detail. I painted up yesterday, as of recording, the mounted Boromir with banner, and that has inspired me to carry on and just paint some more Gondorian stuff. So I had Irolas floating around, and so here we are, painting him up. I really enjoy doing these painting videos, so I have wanted to find a way to make them a lot more pleasurable for your guys' viewing experience. The other ones have been pretty rough, so let's hope that this is a lot better. But it's all part of the painting journey, not just the painting of the models, but the journey in learning how to make these videos. So here we go, we'll dive straight into base coating Old Mate. Welcome to the pink void of nothingness. Here we have our culprit today, Irolas, who I've just given a quick black prime and then nothing too special, but I've just given a little bit of a white prime over the top just to pick out those highlights. So just a bit of Doomble Brown applied to the wet palette. I'm just going to thinly apply that to Irolas all over that cloak, and just a nice thin layer. Next up, after those two thin coats of Doomble Brown, I'm going to run in with Mournfang Brown. I really have taken to heart the whole idea of not really caring and just slapping down paints at the moment. As you can see, I really let the browns get everywhere, but the browns ended up here on his gloves, feet, scabbard. I went ahead and chucked in the Rykarth flesh for the cream. I hate painting whites and creams, but it's perfect for this army and it looks incredible. So we've got to move on to some Abaddon Black for his hair, and then a bit of Bugman's Glow for the face. So just applying the black. I know he's meant to have blonde hair or whatnot, but I've been painting all my Gondorians with black hair with grey-ish highlights, not quite salt and pepper, but just enough to give them nice dark black hair. So once the face and hair there are done, you're going to want to come in with silver paint here. This is just a bit of lead belcher, which I will be applying to the chainmail, which I'm starting to realise he really does not have any. So all the silver's applied, which, as I said, there really wasn't too much. So we can just dive in with, what is this colour? Belfasar Gold. This is my favourite recipe for gold. So just finding all of those areas. So you've got that helmet in his hand, right up there. As you can see here, just want to attack that as much as you can. You've obviously got his little thigh guards. He's got his little shin pads, or whatever you want to call them. And then obviously he has his little chest piece. Once you've picked out all your base colours, whether that be the metallics or the regular stuff, this is where we dive in with our washes. So I will be attacking him with some Druchii Violet, and that's going over all of the armour. So just all over the bronze armour. And then Agrax Earthshade, that will be heading over literally everything else. Face, hair, cape, shoes, everything. With our washes all applied, you can see that he is looking real dark. But don't worry, we're going to bring him back up with a bunch of highlights. Doomble Brown again, just to go over, clean it up, and begin that highlighting process. Then come in with about a 50-50 mixture of Mephiston Red and Doomble Brown. Just tracing along the curves of the cape, or any parts that need red, and trying to leave a little bit showing in the recesses. And we're just going to keep building up with this until we move on to the next. We're also gonna not gonna forget about this little trimmings here. Any parts that have a little bit of recess, so just like up in there, you can kind of skip that and let that just be a nice recess shadow. But I've just moved it up, going and layering through Doombell and Mephiston, just slowly mixing Mephiston into Doombell. But now moving straight onto just a pure Mephiston to really bring that red in for us. It still kind of looks a little bit brown through the camera, but a large portion of that is, you can see in those recesses, it is quite brown. But look, that's exactly what I want, so I'm very, very happy with that. But I just kept layering up Mephiston, so 100% pure Mephiston, just kept layering that thin layers on top of each other to get to that vibrancy that I was looking for. I'm feeling a bit inspired to go a step beyond this. I would usually probably stop about here. It's what I did with my regular warriors and ministerials, a few other heroes like Hurin, but I want to take this guy just a little bit further. He's not going to see much table time, so I may as well give him a decent paint job. That sounds pretty counterintuitive, but here we are. I'm feeling inspired, so I'm going to run in with a bit of Evil Sun Scarlet and just do a final highlight over everything. As you can see, that has come up quite nicely. Just that layer of Evil Sun Scarlet just helps to make it really pop a little bit more. I am going to give it just a bit of a glaze of Mephiston Red. So you just want to water down your Mephiston Red to a bit of a glaze consistency. So you're probably looking for, probably looking for something a little bit like this. Just as it comes away, it just leaves a light little filter, maybe a little bit more water. Yeah, that's nice, and that's going to go all over all those red parts, just to help tie it all in, especially before the Lamia medium comes in later on, to help it tie in even more. This will just assist that. Once you finish that glaze off, you can really see now that we have gone from what previously was almost a Mournfang brown into a nice deep, almost scarlety red. I'm going to jump straight in. We'll paint up all these little areas here, just moving in with Rykar Flesh, and you're going to want to be really damn careful. So careful that I'm not going to do this on camera. So there we have just the white parts of the tunic. It's just a nice neutral colour, just to cool down all those warm tones that we'll be getting from the red and the bronze and the browns. Super easy, but I was feeling a little bit adventurous. So after the Wraithbone, I decided to jump in there with Citadel's White Scar. We'll just jump onto the browns, or maybe the face, I don't know, something, you'll see. Anywho, so you're just going to go and find all of your brown spots. So your shoes up in here, don't forget the heel at the back here. Boop. I'm going to knock them all out. Scabbard as well. Scabbard in here, which I got a bit of red on, so that's good that I come in to cover that up. Now once again, just wanting to be really careful that I don't get on anything else. on all the stuff that I've already painted, because I can't be bothered having to layer everything up again. He's got his little belt with his little strand that covers his scabbard. Just hit that. And of course, his gloves. Come back in with some scrag brown after this, and after that, a bit of Baneblade brown. Alright, so I've completely forgot to click the film button, so I was just talking to myself for about 30 seconds. But after the Mournfang brown, going in with Skag brown, as you can see there, it's given it quite a bit of an orangey tinge. But next up is a bit of Baneblade brown, and this is to just try and give it that worn, leathery feel. That's what I'm going for with it. So you know what they say, more or less is more. This is nicely thinned down, just so it kind of sits down. It's more tinting the areas than anything else. That's all our brown's done. Nice, quick, simple, easy, dirty. I'm not looking to win any awards with this boy, but I still want him to look relatively nice. Just mixed the Baneblade brown that I had on my wet palette with the black, the Abaddon black that I had on the wet palette, and it's just going gently over on those strands. I'm not looking to pick out too many details, but just those nice spots. There you go, get them raised areas in. And I'm going to take it a step further. Ooh, that's going to be real grey, but I'm here for it. Alright, so I just mixed it up. Yeah, a bit real grey, but yeah, definitely here for it. Fuck it. Boop. That's that all done. Nice, quick, simple. It's got a bit of a dark grey, not quite a silvery fox look yet, which is bang on perfect. So we're on to our, what is the last part of the non-metallic colours. So that's his face. So just moving once again back in with Bugman's Glow, which was the original base colour, and I'm just touching up all those spots, trying to keep any resemblance of recess. So that could be the mouth, the cheekbones, who fucking knows. But basically you're just going to keep following what you've done here and just getting smaller and smaller with where the brush goes. That's his face done. So Bugman's Glow into Cadian's Flesh Tone into Kislev Flesh. Yeah, I do subscribe to the G-Dub way of painting Caucasian skin. Been doing it for 10 plus years, so it's just second nature to me at this point. But he was looking a little bit like Conrad Cruz from 40k, the Primarch of the Night Lords. So he was looking quite gaunt. So I decided to add a glaze of Bugman's Flesh just to bring that ruddiness back. I think I might go in again just to bring it up again. But look, we're onto the metallics now. He is pretty much done at this point. It's just the silvers, which I think I'm not going to touch because I'm liking that darkness that you've got. You see in the corner just behind the head of the helmet there, and then behind his ankles there. I think I'm going to keep that because it's basically just how it should look. You don't want that to be too shiny because it's all covered by whether it be the helmet or the bottom of the cape. So yeah, it's just the bronze, and then he's all finished up. Chuck some base on him and away we go. We're back into it with the base layer of Belfast Gold. I'm just going to come in again, don't hit those recesses. He's just going to try and follow along all these areas, just like so. Pick up any raised areas, the side of your brush. Pick up areas like the sword in here, a little hilt there, the helmet, side of the brush will do the trick for that bad boy. just once again avoid those recesses because you want that purple to shine through. You can see it's glistening with that Belfast gold on there. And I've tried my very darn hardest to avoid any recesses to let a little bit of the purple show through. Oh, look at that. I've just missed a few spots on the sword. Let's go touch them up, shall we? And then awesome. So once all that's done, you're just going same as layering everything else. Everything in this is basically the same. You're just going over with Cycrax bronze and you're hitting all those edges, and as you can see it is really shining at this point, which is a big reason why we come in a little bit later with Lamium medium, because it still keeps that shine, but it's just not, you know, killer. With that Cycrax bronze on, he is one single step away from being complete at this point, and that is the final wash that I put over all my models just to make sure I tie it all together. That is the Lamium medium. With the Lamium medium washed down and his base finished with sterling mud and a couple of green tufts on there, Irolas is finished. Completely done. This might have been about a 2-hour project in total. I did stop a little bit to go down and watch Rings of Power with the family. So trying to not add that time. I'd say about 2 hours to get him done, and I'm extremely happy with him. I don't have any intention of putting him on the tabletop, but now that I've got him painted, he might see some action on the table. Now, it's time to see the final product. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I make another one of these, and hopefully they just keep getting better and better. Enjoy.